こんにちは、皆さん。今日、私たちは日本語を勉強しています。質問があれば、私に聞いてください。Greetings, everyone. Today we are studying Japanese. If you have any questions, then feel free to stop and ask me at any time. Well, at last, finally continuing with anime immersion with Card Captor Sakura. If you're wondering what happened, Tubi lost the rights to Card Captor Sakura, which is what I was using, and so I had to completely change my immersion setup and with the changes on how you can do it as listed in the description as well. Oh, before we begin, any questions? Okay, if there's no questions, then we're going to continue. Okay, so see, aitai. This is from au, which is to say. So, and aitai is how you conjugate it by changing the u to I, and then you conjugate it, and then atai to it to say you want to do something. So aitai is I want to say. So aitai, and then ainai. This is conjugated first into the potential form, which is let's see. I believe that was aeru. Let's see. Yes, aeru. And then they put nai on it, which you change the ru to ra and then add nai. So I. Oh, that's right. This is an iru eru verb, so they just drop the uh ru and just add nai. Yeah, so I nai. So the potential of saying I'm not able to because nai means not. So I want to say, but I'm not able to say. See, setsunai. I think that means like harsh, setsunai. Setsunai. painful, Kyoshi, painful, heartrending, oppressive, suffocating, miserable. Then kimochi, kimochi should be feelings. Let's see, kimochi. Yeah, feeling, sensation. So, aitai na. Oh yeah, the na in there is, a way for, if I remember correctly, it's just a way of chaining adjectives, because it's technically tai makes it an adjective ending, if I remember correctly. Let's see. Actually, let's confirm that. I knew this at one point in time. Let's see. That's right. You normally only need na for na adjectives, which I don't think tai is. Why is na after the word aitai? Let's see. The na particle appears after aitai. Okay. To express a personal feeling or emotion, emphasis when the speaker is talking to themselves. Oh yeah, that's right. When talking to yourselves. Okay, so the usage often functions as a sentence ending particle appearing as na or na to convey nuances like longing or admiration or self-realization. In this context, na softens the statement and adds an emotional layer similar to saying, I really want to... Okay. Should probably get the right verb in here. Aitai. Yeah, that one. Let's see, I want to see. Okay, so I want to meet you, but I'm not able to meet you. Uh, this painful feeling. Maybe I want to see you in this case, who knows? See, ienai no. Okay, this comes from the verb iu, to say. And so it's first conjugated into potential form. So, ieru, and then conjugate into potential negative, ienai. So, not able to say. Then, and then with itai, that's just from iu to, then change the u to I, and add tai on that, so that's just itai. So, itai, so I want to be able to say chansu or chance. Let's see, no kashite. No kashite. Oh, no gashite, no gashite. Nogasu, transitive, to miss, to fail to. So, chansu is more, you can think, is a noun, so chansu, so missing chansu, or missing the chance. And then bakari is a limiter word, and saying something's, it's only this kind of thing. It's limiting to only this, and it's often used hyperbolically, like saying only this happens, nothing else. Even though in reality other things do happen, but for emphasis, you're just saying that only this happens. So in this case, it's being used to say that the only thing that happens is missing chance, nothing else happens. So, ienai no iitai no chansu no ga shite bakari. See, date. So, date is a word for, that's a short for da to you, or in other words, like that said. And it's basically the da is like putting a parentheses around everything that was just previously said. So date. Okay. Subasa, that's wings. Hiroge, I believe that is two open. To spread, to extend, to expand, to enlarge, to widen, to unfold, to open. Transitive. So, subasa. Wing, yes. Okay, so spreading wings, and then futari, that's two people. So I believe in total, that means like two people spreading wings together. Let's see. Subasa, hiroge. Futari de. And I wonder if that that's just an alternative accent particle, or is it the traditional use of de? Oh, it could also be the connected form of da, which would make sense in a song. The two of us spreading our wings together. The two, the two who spread their wings, two spread wings. Okay. So date subasa. Oh yeah. Oh, this is from Hito. This Hitoge is from Hitogu, but this is I guess being used in command form in this case. Hitoge. Yeah. So subasa Hitoge futari de. So sore wo marasan yume wo unish unish. Let's see. Oh, zone, unizone. Yeah, that's so, which that makes it zo, and then so zone, unizone. So yume wo unizone shitai. So Sora's sky. Meris mer Marathon or marathon. Yume dream. Unizone is in unison. Shitai, this is from sudo to do. So, but this is in the tai form or the I want to basically form. So I want to do. What do I want to do? I want to uh, run a marathon across the sky and dream in unison. And my suspicion is this shitai in a non-song way would probably be applied to both of these individually, but because this is sung as a song, they just have the shitai after the second one. So, sore wo meres son, yume wo unizon shitai. Hora. I believe that is the what was that accent this character speaks with? Hora. Look, see, hear, there, or hey. Okay. Hora grammar. Kansai. That's what I was trying to think. Kansai dialect. Is Hora a Kansai dialect thing, or is it used generally? Is it used in Kansai Ben or Kansai dialect essentially? It's one of the words that remains consistent between standard. Okay, so Hora. Wait, Haru? I haven't heard of Haru. Is Hora used exclusively in Kansai Ben? Okay, no, Hora's used in standard Japanese, okay. So, Hora or hey, catch you, catch me. Mate, I believe that's Matsu, wait. So, Hora, catch you, catch me, mate. Or in other words, hey, catch you, catch me, wait. And then that's in connective form, which is why it's set as mate. Kokchi, uh, that's a way of referring to yourself, if I remember correctly. Kokchi. Find the grammar of Kochi. Kochi is the casual contraction. It's casual contracted form of the polite demonstrative Kochida. Oh, okay. Functioning as a noun that primarily indicates direction or location close to the speaker. Kokchio muite. I believe muite is to face. Mukuya muite. To turn around to face. Oh, okay. To turn towards to face. To point, to be suited to be fit for. Kochio muite. So in other words, turn in my direction and then skida to ite. Ite is the connected form of to say. Or at least it's being used connectively in this way. That te transformations can be used for several things. So in other words, look in this direction and say you love me or you say you like me. Kochi o muite tsukida to toite. So appearing that, seeming that, in that way, thus, such. I believe this is the so that's being used here. So in that way, okay, nice to meet you. Good to see you, Kito. I believe that's Kito Shirley. assuredly, undoubtedly. Okay. So nice to meet you. Good to see you, Kito. So in that way, nice to meet you. Good to see you, Shirley. So notice the singer here says atashi instead of watashi, which is what is written there. This is because atashi is the feminine casual way of saying watashi. So let's see, watashi no omoi. So omoi is thought. Oh, any questions so far? Okay, so if there's no questions, then we're going to continue this then. Let's see, so omoi. Yeah, so watashi no omoi, my thought essentially. Anata no hato, your heart. And then particle ni, so in the direction of your heart essentially. Uh, tonde, which is the it's from tobu, or to fly, or to jump, but in this case it has a more meaning more of fly. So let's see. Let's see. They're using the te form. Oh, oh yeah, they're using it because it's a verb, because they're verb chaining. Notice that they end with ek. See ek. Which ek is this? Let's see. Watashi no omoi. Oh, yeah. Also, notice how they dropped the particle ga or wa after watashi no omoi. Normally you'd have a particle like ga or wa there, but it can be dropped, as it can in many cases. Anata no hato ni ponde may my feelings fly, fly, fly straight to your heart. Now, what does this EK do here? Oh, oh, that's right. It's from probably from Iku to go. Let's see. Explain the grammar of this phrase. How is the EK used? How is the EK used? The final EK is imperative form of EQ, meaning go. Verb EQ changes from dictionary form to imperative EK to give a direct command. Okay, so it's just commanding form of to go. Oh yeah, so you're saying or telling to for the feelings to go straight to the other person's heart. Okay. So 私の思いあなたのokay 私の思いあなたのハートに飛んで飛んで飛んだでいけ or or may my feelings fly, fly, fly straight to your heart. Koi shiteru. This comes from the word koi, which means uh, romantic love. Shite, which is the in this case, it's not being used it's from sudo and it's not being used in the commanding way. It's being used as in like shite iru, or no, it's which means like in a continuous state of, because iru is exist, and that's actually why this is shiteru, because shorthand for shiteiru is shiteru. So koi shiteru is I love you. See, yatta, hareta. So hare is spring. Da is like the casual form of des for the most part, which means to be. So in other words, it's spring. Yatta comes from let's see, Yoi, I believe. Collection of Yaru. Oh, that's right. It comes from Yaru, which is like sudo, and that it means to do. Now, in the case of Yaru, it has the insinuation of it was a long and hard effort. So, and then yatta would be just past tense of it, as in the doing was already done. So, in other words, at last, essentially, or or hooray, yay, or it's done, essentially. So yatta, hareda, the kereberusu. Okay. Hon honmaya, honmaya. I feel like that's probably some Kansai Ben thing again. Kereberusu speaks Kansai Ben. Honmaya. Explain the grammar of. Let's see. Honmaya is Kansai dialect expression meaning really, seriously, for sure, derived from honma, which translates to truth or reality. The grammar breaks down into honma, adverb noun meaning really or truth, and ya, a sentence final particle in Kansai dialect, used for assertion, emphasis, or to seek agreement, similar to standard Japanese dane. So honma is truth, and honmaya, in other words, like saying so true, essentially, or for sure. Yube no ame. See, ame is rain. Yube no ame ga uso mitai ya. Let's see, uso mitai ya. I believe mitai was how you say for trying something. Let's see. Wait, uso, isn't that noisy? Oh, lie, okay. Uso, oh, that's right, lie. Mistake error, so... And the grammar of mitai. Okay, in Japanese, there are many ways to express that something happens in a way that is like something else or resembles something else. One of these ways is through the use of the na-adjective mitai. Mitai can be used after any word that a na-adjective would usually follow to express that something is like a or similar to a. So, ashita wa yuki ga furu mitai da. It seems like it will snow tomorrow. Remember, in Japanese, you can't say you know things that you don't actually know. So for example, if you haven't tasted something, you have to say oishi so. You can't say oishi because you haven't actually tasted it yet. While in English, you often say something as if you do know it, even if you have no way of actually knowing it. Like you say, oh, that it's saying, like you look at food and say delicious, even though you've never tasted the food. Or in Japanese, oishi so. So let's see. Soko no puru wa asai mitai da. The pool over there seems shallow. Okay. Sono kei sono keitai wa pasokon mitai da. The cell phone looks like a computer. In the above example, you can see that mitai should always be followed by da or dash when it is at the end of a statement. However, this is frequently omitted. Oh, is mitai a... Okay, it's a non-adjective or keiyodoshi, or in other words, it's a noun. Hence why they're talking about using da and des after it. Okay. See, mitai is often used to describe another noun, but needs to be followed by not in these cases. In this type of sentence, it is just expressing that something is B but resembles A. See, 彼はスポーツ選手みたいな体をしている. He has a body like an athlete. Mitai is often used most in conversational situations and is based on direct, reliable information. It is far less formal than its counterpart, Yoda. Despite mitai meaning to resemble and being based on usually visual stimulus, it should not be confused with mitai as in want to see. This is a common mistake that learners make, as mitai itself does not have a kanji form. Fun fact, okay, mitai ida, okay, mitaida is originally an abbreviation of the more formal phrase o mita yona. As a result of this, you can see the Yoda kept its former meaning while the mitai became the casual equivalent. So, o mita yona, that's literally whatever you're talking about. Then mita, saw, yo, similar. So saw, similar, essentially, okay. Alright, so uso mitai ya, so not looking like a lie, and then yobe, what is yobe? No, yube, I mean, yube. Oh yeah, last night, yesterday evening. So yube no ame. So last night's rain. Uso mitai ya. Wait, looks like last night's rain looks like a lie? Let's see. Yube no ame ga uso mitai ya. It's hard to believe it rained last night. Let's see, it's hard to believe it rained last night. Oh. Meaning for unbelievable. So in other words, it looks unbelievable that it rained last night. So as for last night's rain, it looks unbelievable. So yube no ame ga uso mitai ya.
Yatta! 晴れた！ほんまや。ゆうべの雨が嘘みたいや。せやけどさくら、今日は日曜日やっちゅうのに早起きやないか。
Let's see. Aseyake to Sakura. せやけどさくら。So, say kiddo. Let's see. That is right. That is so. Oh yeah. Okay. So right. So say yeah. That's probably how they're using it. See, kiddo, but however. They explain the grammar of Seiya Kero Sakura. It's non-standard Japanese, but appears to be a mix of Kansai dialect and the word Sakura. Okay. Seiya Kero, Seiya, and then Kero is Kansai dialect form of so des Kero. Meaning it is said that, it seems that, often used to introduce a statement with a softening or explanatory tone. Where is the Seiya from? Okay, Seiya is a contraction of so and ya in Kansai dialect. So means that way or it seems. Okay, ya is Kansai dialect equivalent of da. So Seiya equals soda. So Seiya Kero Sakura.
せやけどさくら、今日は日曜日やっちゅうのに早起きやないか。嘘みたいや。せやけどさくら。
今日は日 Oh yeah, yobi, yeah. 今日は日曜日、夜中のに So as for today, let's see, Sunday, and then find the grammar of this phrase. Let's see, yakchu no ni. This is Kansai dialect contraction of yatte iru no ni. Or iu no ni. See, yatte iru no ni, or iu no ni. Okay. Yachu no ni. Okay. In standard Japanese, this word would be, okay, kyo wa nichi yobi nano ni. So kyo wa nichi yobi nano ni. Yeah, okay. Is a common Kansai copula equivalent to da, okay. The chu is a colloquial contraction of toiyu. Often used in the phrase yakchu. Meaning sane or being. Here emphasizing being it's Sunday. Noni is a conjunctive particle expressing contrast, implying an expectation that was not met. Hayaoki, early rising, waking up early. Hayaoki. Hayaoki. Yanai. Ya is the Kansai negative copula equivalent of standard. Okay. Nai. So, janai. Okay, so instead of saying janai, they say yanai. Yeah, ja just means dewa. Okay. Okay, so, 今日は日曜日 yachu no ni. So, considering that it's, okay, you're saying that it's, I guess, doing Saturday, doing being Sunday, so in other words, considering that it's Sunday, haya yanai. Shouldn't you not be waking up early? That's what they translate it to. Okay, it's Sunday. It's Sunday, yet here you are up early. It's Sunday, and yet you got up early. So, 今日は日曜日や中のに、早起きやない、okay, 起きやないか。
やったー、晴れた。ほんまや、ゆうべの雨が嘘みたいや。せやけどさくら、今日は日曜日やっちゅうのに早起きやないか。今日はともよちゃんと森林公園へピクニックに行くの。今日はともよちゃんと
Oh yeah, that's right. Kyo today. That's right. Kyo wa Tomoyo, or in other words, her best friend's name, which by the way is her cousin. In case you forgot that, Tomoyo. So Kyo wa Tomoyo-chan to. So as for today, with Tomoyo-chan, let's see.
森林公園へピクニックに行くの。ねえ、ケロちゃんともよちゃんと森林公園へピクニックに行くの。ともよちゃんと森林公園へピク
Yeah. Oh, konnichiwa. Hantai genki desu ka? Let's see. Hantai wa good luck on the grind. Toimashita. Arigato gozaimasu. Oh, konnichiwa. Danny Smeagol. Genki desu ka? Let's see. Danny Smeagol. Hey, Kinorashi, did you stop learning Japanese for a while? Toimashita. I had an issue with my immersion setup. Tubi lost the license to Card Captor Sakura, and so the setup I was using with Tubi didn't work, and so I had to come up with a new way to have Japanese audio with these custom subtitle files and things like that, and I explained that in my description on my new setup. Gambare. Arigatou gozaimasu. Okay. Okay, see. Today I'm going on a picnic at the forest park with Tomoyo-chan. Let's see, forest park. Now let's see how she pronounces it.
今日はともよちゃんと森林公園へピクニック
She doesn't seem to be saying that.
今日はともよちゃんと森林公園へピクニック
Sheen Bean is what it sounds like she's saying. Koen. Koen. Koen, okay, we're a public park. And then this one is called Shinrin. Forest words. Shinrin. So Shinrin Koen. Koen, okay. So a forest park. Okay, Shinrin Koen. So grove or forest, and this is forest. Okay. Okay, so the kanji on the right is usually used for like smaller things of a few trees together, while the one on the left is generally used for a whole forest, and together they make forest or woods, another word for forest. So, Shinrin Koen, eh, at Pikuniku ni, Pikuniku, picnic, Pikuniku ni iku, to go, okay. So, 今日は、ともよちゃんと、森林公園へ、ピクニックに行く No. So in other words, today I'm going with Tomoyo-chan to a forest park for the purpose of a picnic, and that is what this knee is being used for. It's not the location knee in this case. They're using this to for location, but this is the purpose knee. And notice how they do use for this location when you're not going to a very explicit location, but like sort of like in the direction of something, you use for that instead of ni. And notice how I'm pronouncing it as even though it's the letter he, because when you use it as a particle, you say
るのに早起きやないか。あ、今日はともよちゃんと森林公園へピクニックに行くの。ねえ、ケロちゃんも一緒に行こうよ。リュックのともよちゃんと森林公園へピクニックに行くの。
ね Kero-chan, which is basically the short version of his name for Keroberusu-chan. So Kero-chan. Mo Uh,
ねえケロちゃんも一緒に行こうよ
okay, Isho, that's what it was, Isho. So, ne Kero-chan mo Isho ni iko. Okay, this is the su suggestive tense of iku, iko. So in other words, and they're using particle mo here as also, so as in like adding on to something. So Kero-chan also, and then together,
ねえケロちゃんも一緒に行こ
Isho. Okay.
う森林公園へピクニックに行くのねえ
So with Kero-chan as well, you can also add Kero Kero-chan can also go with us essentially, and then just Kero-chan saying because he's being thrown around. So ne Kero-chan mo isho ni iko yo.
ケロちゃんも一緒に行こうよリュックの中に入ってればわかんないよねねケロちゃんも一緒に行こうよリュックの中に
Ryuku. Let's see, what is a Ryuku? Rucksack, knapsack, backpack. Okay, that's Ryuku Saku. But Ryuku is just knapsack, backpack, okay. Riku no Naka, so inside the backpack. So it so in the direction of into the backpack, okay. Haite, I believe that is Haite. From hairu, to enter, intransitive. Haitereba. See, that sounds like the question word. Let's see, haitereba. What can I... See, height tereba. Okay. Well, let's see. Okay, wakanai is a basically I guess you could think of it sort of like a more muffled sound. It's the normally you say wakaranai or in other words I don't know, but wakanai you just drop in the raw sound for an instead. So wakanai yo. See netsu. Haha. Okay. No, that's not Netsu, that's Nene. Oh, Nene, yeah.
ケロちゃんも一緒に行こうよ。リュックの中に入ってればわかんないよ。ね。
But ne, isn't that right? It's basically the particle ne, isn't that right?
一緒に行こうよ。
Okay, so let's look up haitereba. Oh, I wonder if this is shorthand for ireba. Okay, so to explain the grammar of the sentence is a conditional. The sentence translates to you wouldn't know what's inside if you were inside the back. If you were inside the backpack, and it relies on a double negative structure combined with a conditional contraction to express impossibility or ignorance based on a hypothetical scenario. See, the phrase haitereba is a colloquial contraction of haiteireba, which itself comes from the te form of haru plus the conditional auxiliary ireba. So I should look up ireba. Oh, is this from ireru? I mean, from iru? Yeah, this is from iru. So this is the conditional form of iru, so ireba. And just like a lot of all other iru-related words, when combining with the te form previously, you can drop the I, which is why she just says haite reba. Intransitive to enter, so haite iru is in the state of being in something, while hairu is to enter something. Of course, it's intransitive, which means you're just doing it yourself, essentially. So, but haite ireba is if you're in something, and in this case, so it's targeting towards the inside of the backpack, or ryuku no naka ni haitereba. So if you're inside the backpack, wakanai yo. So we're not understand or not know. So in other words, I believe she's trying to say no one to know if you're inside the backpack. I think is what she's trying to say. Riku, yeah, Riku comes from a rucksack. Riku. So Riku no naka ni haiterebba wakanai yo. Ne ne, haha.
今日はともよちゃんと森林公園へピクニックに行くの。ねえケイロちゃんも一緒に行こうよ。リュックの中に入ってればわかんないよ。ねいい天気になってよかった。わかんないよ。ね
Those are those things we saw on that Koei video game. If I remember correctly, they were like some sort of ghost things or something related to weather. Let's see. I tenki ni natte. So good weather, towards good weather. So the weather became good. Yokata. Okay, that is from Yoi, which means good. So yeah, so yokata would be was good. Or in this case, it's get used to mean thank goodness. So the weather became good, thank goodness. Okay, any questions so far? See, I'm so glad the weather turned out not nice. What is that small ghost looking thing that is hung in Japan? Remember Teru Teru Bozu. Is a small traditional handmade doll hung outside doors and windows in Japan in hope of sunny weather. Made from tissue paper or cloth, Teru Teru Bozu charms are usually white ghost-like figures with strings tied around their neck. The word Teru meaning to shine, and Bozu referring to Buddhist monk. The doll is said to represent a monk's bald head, which would shine during sunny weather. The doll therefore calls to a monk's magical powers to stop or prevent rain. Traditionally, if the weather does turn out well, a libation of holy sake is poured over them, and they are washed away in the river. In particular, Teru Teru Bozu charms are popular among Japanese children who are introduced to the charms in kindergarten or daycare through the famous Warabe Uta nursery rhyme released in 1921. The song calls Teru Teru Bozu to bring back the sunny days, promising lots of sake if the wish is fulfilled, but decapitation if not. The nursery rhyme is usually sung by children as they make the doll. Teru Teru Bozu became popular during the Edo period among urban dwellers whose children would make them the day before the good weather was desired and chant, "A fine weather priest, please let the weather be good tomorrow." Okay. So it's basically sort of like a charm for asking for good weather. So she wanted good weather for her picnic, so she put up a Teru Teru Bozu. So, いい天気になってよかった。
いい天気になってよかった。
桜のくたくた日曜日。くたくた。Exhausted, worn out, dead, tired, battered. Okay. So in other words, Sakura's worn out Sunday or a tired Sunday. Ohio, good morning. Let's see. Fujitaka, that's her dad. Let's see. Fujitaka, Ohio Sakura-chan.
Ohayo, Sakura-san.
Wait, he said Sakura-san. It's Chan in the subtitle.
Ohayo.
Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, it's Sakura-san. I missed that. Yeah.
Ohayo, Sakura-san.
Sakura no. I know this has to do with songs, so it probably means something about her humming. Hana uta. Humming. Okay. Oh, that's right. That's the kanji for nose, hana, and then uta, song. So nose song, aka humming. So Sakura humming.
Sakura-san. 浮かれてるな、怪獣。浮かれてるな。おはよう、さくらさん。
Kareteru na kaiju. Toya, that's her brother. Ukareteru. Ukareru, to make merry, to be festive. So, okay, ukareru. So ukarete iru is a continuous state of being festive, and this is the contraction, so they take off the e in iru, so it's ukareteru. So, ukareteru na kaiju. See, kaiju means monster, and its kanji literally means suspicious and beast or animal. Mystery. Okay. So I think in total this means something like a merry monster. Something like that. Oh, let's see. You're really getting carried away, aren't you, monster? Let's see. Nah. Explain the grammar of the phrase combines a verb form with a noun to express a casual observation about a monster's behavior. The core ukareteru is the te form of the verb uk, uk, wait, uk, uku. It seems to think it's uk for some reason. Intransitive uku. Ukareru versus uku. Grammar. Uku means that an object or something floats in the air, while ukareru refers to a person's emotions floating, that is, a state of being in high spirits. Let's see. The particle na is a sentence-ending particle used to express sigh, realization, or casual emphasis when speaking to oneself or a close listener. Translating roughly to I see or wow or how about that. The final kaiju means monster. Putting it together, the sentence translates something like, that monster is acting so carefree, huh? Okay, well, in this case, it's more like he's saying, just in general, making an observation, like, oh, you're rather merry, and then continuing with it, monster. So it's na is a sentence-ending particle used to express a sigh. かれてるな、怪獣。
浮かれてるな怪獣。
今日は許してあげる。
今日は許してあげる。許して。That was. Yurusu, to permit, to allow, to approve, to forgive. So to allow or to forgive, or to pardon, okay. 今日は許してあげる. So あげる is to give. So in other words, I'm going to give you forgiveness. So as for today, I'm going to give you forgiveness, or I'm going to forgive you for that today. And you can see his shock expression when she says that.
本当にご機嫌だねさくらさん。
今日は許してあげる。
あ本当に
今日は許してあげる。
Sakura no. See that? That's that humming kanji again, which means it's pronounced. Oh yeah, hana uta, hana uta. Sakura no hana uta.
本当にご機嫌だねさくらさん。
Uh, like, okay, this is like yes or well. And then honto ni, oh, so that's truth. So used with ni, it means sort of like truly. So honto ni something da ne, Sakura-san. Fujitaka, kanjis from wisteria and noble or prosperity. Okay, interesting. Okay. Keegan, humor, temper, mood, spirits. So it's probably mood or spirits in this case. Okay, so Keegan. 本当にご機嫌だね、さくらちゃん。
にご機嫌だねさくらさん。
今日は許してあげる。
Yeah, you're really in a good mood today, Sakura. So how does that mean you're in a good mood? 本当に I know that's like truly. And Gokigen. Let's see.
本当にご機嫌だねさくらさん。
本当にご機嫌ね、Sakura-san. Okay. Oh, definition 3, in a good mood. So sometimes when we talk about mood, you're just implying good. So if you're truly in a mood, in other words, you're truly in a good mood. Okay. 本当にご機嫌だね、さくらさん。ご機嫌, a noun meaning good mood and good spirits. I guess it is a noun or a meishi.
Hontou ni gokigen da ne, Sakura-san.
今日はね
今日はね. So today, I guess. Okay.
ともよちゃんとお出か
Sakura-san.
けなんだ今日はねともよちゃんと
Tomoya chan to お
お出か
でででくでか
本当にご機嫌だね、Sakura-san.
け今日はねともよちゃんとお
dekake let's see, oh dekake. About to start out, just about to leave. Isn't this from Deru, if I remember correctly? Deru. Okay, well, it's usually the same kanji as Deru, but which is intransitive to leave, but I believe this is its own separate word. Dekake. What is the origin of dekake? Dekakeru, to go out. Okay, so it's the noun form of dekakeru. Oh, that's right. Kakeru is to hang, attach. That's right. Kakeru. To put on. That's right. There was an implication of using dekakeru. It means use of the explanatory form mda, colloquially or noda, or noda is attached to a noun phrase. Okay. O dekake, going out to provide context to explain the situation. So let's see. Deru versus dekakeru. Dekakeru is a compound verb made from deru and kakeru. In that sense, it's natural that the meaning is similar, but they are different. Deru has several meanings, but the most general idea is something moves out of a certain range. Dekakeru is something like going out, but only used when a human being goes out for some distance by his or her own will, something closer to travel. Dekakeru requires some intention or purpose towards destination or movement. Let's see. Kaji ni natta no de soto e deta. Because of the fire I got out. This is a certain range, probably a house in this case, and I am now out of it. Okay, versus Gemu ni Gemu ni akitata akiru akita, okay, to get tired. Gemu ni akita no de soto e dekaketa. Because I'm tired of playing games, I went out. So kakeru to hang, to put on, it's transitive. So you essentially doing something, but going out. In other words, you're going out with a purpose instead of just going out. So dekakeru. So 今日はね、Tomoyo-chan とお出かけなんだ. Okay, so dekake is the noun form of dekakeru. So instead of saying going out as in like a verb, you're saying going out like a noun. We're going out. We're doing. Okay, so. And then that O is just the honorific O. So o dekake nanda. And nanda is the thing you put on the end when doing an explanation, since she was explaining to her father why she was in the mood she was in. And then da, because it's to be this, to be going out. So you're not really saying I'm going out. I would be doing, not doing, but I will be going out or something like that. Yeah. So 今日はね、Tomoyo-chan とお出かけなんだ。
出かけなんだ。
本当にご機嫌だね、さくらさん。
今日はね、ともよちゃんとお出かけなんだ。
As in, like question expression. Hoe. Hoe, another question expression.
今日の家事は全部お前だろ。 今日の家事は
今日の家事。今日の家事は、let's see.
全部お前だろ。今日の家事は全部お前だろ。今日の家事は全部お前だろ。
Kyo no kanji. So that's the kanji for house, and the second thing is kanji for thing. Oh, this is was it koto? What was that word? Yes, koto, thing. Incident. And this is like a non-physical thing. Okay. So a house thing, aka chores or housework. Kyo no kaji wa zenbun. And that's all. And then omae. Oh, that's you. Yeah, if I remember correctly, my is like before. In front of before. And the reason it gets translated to you is because when you're talking to someone, the person before them, aka omae. So kyo no kanji wa zenbu omae daro. So today's chores are all being done by you. You're doing all of the housework today, aren't you? Oh, that's right. That the use of daro. That's right. It's the suggestive tense. So daro. It comes from da. The sentence. Okay. Let's see. It turns the statement into a rhetorical question and seeks confirmation agreement similar to isn't it or right. In this context, the sentence asserts that the entirety of the housework responsibility belongs to the listener, using daro to imply the speaker expects the listener to acknowledge this fact. The use of omae instead of polite term like anata or kimi suggests a close relationship, a casual setting, or potentially an aggressive tone, depending on the speaker's intent. In this case, casual, casual and close relationship.
今日の家事は全部お前だろ。
はい。質問がありますか? Are there any questions? If not, we're going to find someone to raid. Okay, let's see. On Twitch, we're going to raid Gensi Code. Let's find someone else to raid on Rumble now. Okay, so on Rumble, we're going to raid Dr. Disrespect. Let's find someone on YouTube to raid now. Okay, so we're gonna rate a study stream on YouTube. And we're gonna rate another study stream on Kick. Minasan, o kiyotsukete. Mata ashita. Goodbye, everyone. See you tomorrow.